say,
Top Billin.
All right, y'all. Fly, Eagles, fly. Listen, y'all know me, pragmatic in my approach, working from the inside out. Huge fan of defensive football. Huge fan of football, period, right? You know what I'm saying? That goes without saying right there. But the defensive side of the ball always draws my attention first and foremost in the defensive line of scrimmage, and then inside out from that way forward, right? So a cat like Jordan Davis, covering him at the University of Georgia, I remarked plenty of times the guy can be a freak of nature at times, but there was a lot of the times that I thought he was a bit overhyped, right? Straight up, right? He will make one or two splash plays in a game and then pretty much disappear the rest of the game. That wasn't due to his ability, because the guy can play some football. It was due to his conditioning. I remember making a video, maybe three years ago, and I was talking about how different he looked from his freshman season to his sophomore season. He had picked up some weight, and it wasn't good weight at all, right? Most of the time that you're not going to really care about that somebody's playing a 0-1 technique, right? But just for that simple fact right there is the reason why I personally wouldn't draft guys who play 0-1 technique in the first round. Definitely not the first half of the first round. Maybe on the back end, moving in towards the second round. I think that makes more sense, right? These guys are base down players, right? They're getting subbed in for. That's exactly what Jordan Davis was at the University of Georgia. He's getting subbed in for guys like Jalen Carter and Devontae Wyatt and these guys playing on money down situations. Fast forward. I thought he had a decent rookie season there, right? So he really didn't put anything to bed that I was thinking of before when I was lightweight disappointed at Ock for being drafted, right? For my man Howie Roseman drafting Jordan Davis in the first round there. But I do recognize that this is the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're going to always be built from the inside out and from the front to back, right? Always going to have line of scrimmage stars. We've had that since the beginning of the time. Jordan Davis now? Look at this right here. It said Davis has stood out through the first few practices. This is CBS. Playing in a four-man front, or playing in the four-man front and not strictly lined up at nose guard. Davis insisted he has not lost any weight, but he's better conditioned than he was his rookie season. Davis will start on this team barring injury. The Eagles veterans have also noticed the difference he's made in conditioning from year one to year two. That's hard. Weight redistribution. Has not lost any weight, redistributed. You've seen the pictures of the dude. He definitely looks like he's trimmed some body fat and probably put on some muscle, right? Obviously, muscle's going to weigh a lot more than fat. Just think about it this way. If you wanted to get to 10 pounds and you were going to compare, like use 10 pounds of, I don't know, chicken fat. Try to get up to 10 pounds of chicken fat, and then try to get up to 10 pounds of like solid steel. It's going to take a lot more surface area to pack on that chicken fat, right? The shit you'll trim off of a chicken thigh or something like that to get up to 10 pounds than you would like a solid steel plate or something like that, right? And that's what he did, a redistribution of weight. So his multi-gap approach here, he should be able to do this ad nauseum, right? Multi-gap approach. You see right here, he's lined up. He's kind of mid-gap, right? It almost like a shade, almost like a 2-eye. He's kind of mid-gap, right? Obviously, we know this is his. This is definitely his. But in certain aspects, man, the waters become muddy. You would say that all of this is his and all of this is his, right? My man's going to eat for sure. So if you see this right here, look at this. Draw play, stack and shed, in Yaka. Look at that. Taxidermy. My man right here, grab him up by his shirt lapels, right? Especially Jordan Davis, who can bend and get a little bit low. We want to see him get those knees bent right there. He's two-gapping, right? But he can still be changing the elevation of his pad level. You want to get that, change that elevation, get up under a center, right? These guys are usually a little bit smaller than Jordan Davis, but you want to be able to hold that wall and discard and go from both sides like that. And you see him pretty much doing that, right? He shows presence in the from the offensive side, the right, A gap right there, and then strings it along horizontally. Stringing it along horizontally, discards it, and he's off and running. And then, of course, splatter, whacked. That's all. All right, same deal right here. This time you see him at a zero technique. So zero techniquing, same deal right here. Both A gaps are his. However, Javon Hargrave is the guy who's tying up a double. Now, I played for a coach like that who would sometimes get it to where the shade, nose tackle, zero technique, however you want to determine that, was the one getting single coverage, and he would try to let other people tie up blockers because he felt like the nose tackle was going to eat anywhere from A into the inner portion of the B gap. So on this one right here, he gets that single defender, and that's just too easy for him. Look at that. He's, oh, shit. That didn't go well, right? Who's that? Benjamin? That didn't go well for him right there. You see him right here. Now you can see him staying parallel to the line of scrimmage right here, right? Working that bad boy like the typewriter, like the MC Hammer drawing from back in the day, right? Keeping that foot energy popping. Now look at that. He's already out of sorts, right? You get two people in the same gap, two offensive linemen. There's nowhere to go with that. You see both of their feet crossed right here? They already wrecked that. Him and Big Fletch, my boy Fletcher Cox, one of the greatest of all time, Philadelphia Eagles right there. They're working in tandem. That frees up this A gap here. And there's nothing to it but to do it, right? Bigger body cat like that, he's already showing presence in multiple gaps damn near. And then you can see right here, a man goes down easy like a $2 hooker, splacker tie. Fertilized that man, and that was all she wrote. All right, here we go. Now this time showing that hustle and flow, right? Your man, right, on the double down right here. Look at this. Look at him chase. Look at Stiffy. Come on, man. He made the play though, right? He made the play, but I don't know. He just didn't look that athletic right here. Look at this, man. Your man's not bending his knees, right? And obviously he has two left knees at this particular point in time right there, right? Come on, man. My man trying to iron it out right there. Obviously losing a little bit of weight might get him a little bit more athletic in that particular portion, but you can't say nothing because your man's hustling and flowing towards the ball. And look at that. Get a tackle on my boy, Zach Ertz. I miss Zach Ertz, man. That was my dude. But as you see right here, yeah, you got to be. Come on, man. Look at it. Look at my man. Look at two left feet, but he still has the right and the left ankle. So them shits ain't matching up right there. But listen, you can tell the redistribution of weight. He's got a lot of guys on the team, right, that were with him. All these guys are motivate each other there. So that should be an aspect of something. But beyond that, the veterans, a Brandon Graham, a Fletcher Cox, even cats like a Josh Sweat or if Derek Barnett, for the little time that he's there, these guys have to be able to motivate guys like Jordan Davis. So they should be a motivation period for your team being in the Super Bowl, you being a top 15 draft pick and not really being a factor there, not really having your name called like it probably should be. So that's a motivator factor in itself, and we shall see how that plays out. But I'm very excited to see that he's taking his conditioning, taking his nutrition and diet very well, because that's really the only way to redistribute that weight. You're going to have to definitely redistribute some calories as well, and the type of fats that you're taking in, and of course along with that cardio too. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. That's hard. That'll tie it all in together. My boy Milton Williams, right? Having a presence like that next to him, and then a presence like that with Jalen Carter, and I always mention these other guys like a Marlon Tuipulotu, and that'll just align it for my boy South Jersey's own Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat on the outside there. The entire line will be eating, but we got to get that run game stopped, bro. It's got to be a little bit better. You hear me out? It's got to be. So that's can't have one without the other. One hand washes the other, both wash the face, all right? But it's your boy Jersey Murf. South Jersey, as always, stand up. The whole Philly, Delaware, everybody out there, man. Shout out to my boys out in North Jersey as well that rock with the Philadelphia Eagles. All right? Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.